Hi everyone, it's Tasha. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Well, welcome. So glad you could join me today. I have several really exciting pieces to show you, so I'm going to dive right in. First of all, join me at the thrift shop and look at this tree. It was really unique. I thought I've never seen one with this type of leaf on it. It was very dense and tempting at $80. However, I really didn't need another large tree. I thought it was so interesting that it had the birds all over it. Those would definitely have to come off for me, but such an interesting piece for $80. I also saw this set of two baskets, the bigger one for $4.99 and the smaller one for $3.99. I thought that these could look really cute styled beside each other somewhere in the home, maybe even up on top of a refrigerator or a cabinetry. I also ended up finding this set of false craft canisters, and these were really charming. However, each of them did have some flaws or at least one chip, so I ended up leaving those behind. But one piece that I did find and bring home was this steamer trunk. This caught my eye because of the size, the quality of it, and the fact that it had this nice pattern play. I've been trying to think about incorporating more pattern recently just to add more hominess and a little bit more depth to my home. Now over at Petite Keep, you're going to find trunks that are similar to this in varying sizes, but those are going to be more in the $200 and $300 range. And for mine at the thrift store, I paid only $8.99. This one at HomeGoods, just for some more comparison, I found just the other day is about the same size as mine. This one was on clearance for $45. So again, for mine, I paid only $9. I think that that was a great deal, and I really do like the fact that it has that nice pattern again, but also in a neutral color so that I can incorporate it in basically any room. I decided to put this in our entryway, right up snugly underneath this really small console table. This is right beside where our stairs start, so this table had to be very small, and I actually like the fact that this trunk sticks out a little bit from that and seems a little bit oversized for it. I've been noticing that on some designer sites, they do this with larger ottomans kind of coming out from under console tables, and I think that it actually has a nice homey look to it, and I like the little pop of pattern here. This is going to be where I'm putting some of my daughter's shoes instead of just lined up underneath this little table, which is what we were doing. This keeps things nice and neat. It was a great find for $9. Now another thing that I spotted in a thrift store near me that I couldn't stop thinking of, I filmed it here just thinking I would show it to you, and then I got home and I couldn't stop thinking about it, so I found a space for it and came back, was this beautiful hutch. This is obviously a very old hutch. It had the intact glass, all for $130. I thought that this was a great find, and I figured I would put it in my dining room. It does need a bit of a makeover because, as you can see, it is very orangey. Also, another problem was that since my husband's back does still not allow him to do a lot of heavy lifting, I had to figure out how to get it home and into the house by myself. But I figured that out. And the first thing that I needed to do was just give it a clean because it had a lot of, I would say, grunge on it from over the years. So I went in with a regular cleaner first and then with some mineral spirits just to really break down anything that was stuck to it. So I've rubbed this whole thing down with the mineral spirits, and I read that you're supposed to let that just sit for 15 or 30 minutes just to fully evaporate so that it doesn't interfere with your gel stain. So I'm going to do that, and in the meantime I'm going to remove this hardware as well as these knobs. That'll make it a lot easier to get the gel stain on smoother, and I'm going to not keep that hardware anyway. I'll keep this, probably jazz it up a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean the inside as well, because I'm going to be wanting to probably coat this whole thing in gel stain. So I'll clean in here and probably do the mineral spirits in here, take the hardware off, and then I'll start the gel stain on the outside. Now that seems like a lot of steps, but it was only about maybe 6 hours from start to finish, including the wait times between the steps, before I had the gratification of seeing this come into my house. So that was a really fun aspect of this project, and one of the reasons that I like gel stain as well. I did give it a nice scuff sand all over to prepare for the gel stain, and I also decided to go ahead and take this little top piece off. It had some screws going downward into it, and then also some nails that I had to pry up, but I thought that that would give it a little bit of a cleaner look, and it does have a nice interesting wavy piece along the bottom already. And also I knew I might want to style things on top of this since it was of a shorter height, so I removed that. And I'm just starting here in this footage with the gel stain. This is the color Kona. And the nice thing about gel stain, of course, is that you don't have to sand all of your previous finish off. You can go in right over top of it, and depending on how thickly you put it on, it's going to change the color. So this is a nice, rich, very dark color, which I thought added to this orangey toned finish would give me a nice deep walnut, which it did. I did 2 coats. Now what you saw on the side was the proper way, and what you see right now on these doors is totally the wrong way to apply this. I don't know what I was thinking. It was very hot and full sun, and I was putting it on way too thick before I went back and wiped it in, and it ended up looking horrible. You can see right here, I just decided to go ahead and show you. So that's what not to do. You cannot wait that long and have it on that thick. So I just had to do a really quick sand with my orbital sander on those doors, and I simply did it again and it went fine. So this is the inside of it, and I did do 2, maybe even 3 coats on the whole outside of that. And I decided again to put it in my dining room. I'm just getting rid of that smaller console that you see there that didn't have really much storage at all. And this is me struggling to bring this in by myself, but I did achieve it with a little bit of help with holding the door and just a few hands on it. I took the hardware off and applied some rub and buff in the color Antique Gold on this little latch right here and put it back in. One fun thing that I like to do once I'm finished with a thrift flip is to look up the final product and see what images Google thinks that mine is similar to with an image search. And I was very gratified to see that my final cabinet ended up pulling up this Anthropologie Hutch as a similar piece, and so that always is just kind of gratifying. One of the really nice things about a glass front Hutch like this is it makes a great curio cabinet where you can just put together all of the different collected pieces that you've been curating, and it makes a much bigger statement when you have a place where these are all grouped together than it can with them kind of spread out everywhere. And so I'm having a lot of fun just going through my stash of home decor that I've thrifted and pulling it all out. I put a bunch of it on the dining table behind me, and I'm just playing with how the things look together on the different shelves. This little woven cloche, for example, is really cute. It goes great in a dining room, as well as that little kind of dinner bell. I also have this little brass bell that's an apple that I thought would be nice to be in here as well. I picked this two-toned book up from a yard sale just the other weekend for just $1, and I really liked how it had the muted red and the muted blue was a nice little pop of color, as well as some of the books that I've just gotten from Amazon or wherever. I also have this mortar and pestle that I picked up for just $3 at a yard sale last summer, and I'm pairing that here with this travertine box that I picked up from TJ Maxx, and I'm just staggering that so that the white of it is not directly under the white book from the shelf above it. I have some vintage pruning shears. You know, you can really just kind of put together whatever things that you like in a cabinet like this, which is why it's so fun. So I'm really glad that I ended up finding one at Goodwill. I had been looking for something similar. This bowl was from a thrift shop, I think last year, and it was a handmade piece that I got along with another similar one, as well as this vase with this braided sort of handle. I really like this one as well, just for a few dollars. So it's so fun to source these kind of pieces, and I think that this Hutch is the perfect place to kind of show some of those off. Inside this bowl, I thought that I would go just one step further, and I took some of my various napkin rings that I have thrifted. You guys know that I love napkins and napkin rings. I'm so drawn to those, but I have quite a collection, so I pulled out several sets that are more of the neutral colors, and I just put those together inside this bowl, using them kind of as bowl filler, but I thought that that would be an unexpected touch and also very fitting for the setting. So you'll have to let me know in the comments how you feel about this Hutch for the price of $130, as well as how you feel about the dark stain versus the lighter orange that it was before. Now, since this was a shorter height, I figured I could also style on top of this very easily. So I'm just going in with some stems and a vase that I picked up from TJ Maxx, I think it was, as well as this basket, which I've had for a while. It was $6.99 from a thrift store several years ago. And one thing that I did want to actually store in this area, since I homeschool our daughter and we tend to sit at the dining room table, is just a place to put some of her homeschool books. Now at her age there aren't a ton of them. There's about this many that you see right here that we use every day, and so I'm just using this basket to kind of hide those, and with it being up on top, it's the perfect place. You can't see what's in it, but it's right there. I can just quickly pull it down, and if I want to be extra, Pinteresty, I can just put this nice waffle weave towel on top of that for an extra touch, and no one would ever know that there's school materials in there. And then I also have this drawer at the bottom, which I did replace the knobs on. As you can see, I went ahead and added some extra wallpaper that I had left over from our hallway project on that, just to zhuzh it up even more. So let me know in the comments what you think about this deal. This was the before and here's the after in our dining room. I think that it was pretty much just what I was looking for, so I'm pretty happy with it. Let me know what you think. Now, in addition to my thrifted hutch, I was also really excited to receive this little mini haul from Cottage Home this week. I love everything on their site all the time. I love this shop, so go ahead and check it out if you haven't yet. Now, these items were partially gifted, so a big thank you to them. I'm going to show you what I chose. First of all, I could not resist this matchbox. These are the regatta matches, but there are multiple different styles. I also love those like vintage tomato prints that I'm showing there. They have multiple different patterns, and these are just so sweet. I put this into my newly styled hutch right away. I also chose this white ruffle edge tablecloth. I love a good just solid white tablecloth, especially in the spring and summer months. It really freshens things up, and this looks gorgeous with a longer trail down the side, but I also like, just for practicality, to keep it kind of short so that it's not in anyone's way. But this is a really gorgeous piece, and it's offered in multiple sizes. I think it's a good staple to have in your collection. In the middle of my table, I'm keeping it pretty simple. I have this beautiful antique dough bowl that was passed down in my family that's now in my home. And I picked out also from Cottage Home these coastal blue block print napkins. I really love this set. They feel really nice and high quality, and in addition to using some at the table, you can also use them for styling. I thought that one just casually draped over the side of this dough bowl with some fresh pears from the grocery store would make a very simple but sweet look for the middle of this table. And you can keep something like this here when you're not sitting there, and it's just so simple but also elegant. Now, some of you might remember me showing you these dishes from the Hearth and Hand collection from this spring at Target, and I was showing you how the ones that I had ordered had these little circles in the middle, and so I decided to return them. But I really liked the shape of the dishes, so I went back to the store in person and ended up hand picking the ones that did not have that issue. So I did end up buying these dishes, and I'm very happy with them now that I did get ones without that flaw. They pair really beautifully, of course, with these blue block print napkins. And another thing that I got from Cottage Home were these new drinking glasses. These are these ribbed footed drinking glasses, and they are handmade. They are so beautiful. I opened them up, I handed one to my husband, and he immediately was like, I really like these better than the ones that we had. They're nice and heavy. They just feel super high quality, and I love how they're all just a little bit different because they're handmade. They are perfect, so definitely check those out if you're looking for new glasses for your home. And just sliding my bowl over a little bit, maybe for an elegant dinner, adding a couple of candles there. And this is kind of all I would do on a normal basis for our table. I think that it looks sweet and charming and collected. And I'm going to link everything that I've talked about in the description box so that you can check it out. Now back to the thrift store just for a little bit more. I wanted to show you this beautiful lamp. Unfortunately, it had gotten some, looks like spray paint overspray on it, and it was all over. And when I would just try and gently rub it off, it was rubbing off the finish of the plaster as well. So even though it was only $5, I ended up leaving it behind because I wasn't sure I could fix it, but it looked so cool. I really was drawn to that. I also ended up finding a good bit of blue and white at the thrift stores this week, as well as this really really pretty ruffle vase. It was just $3.99. I already have plenty of vases at the moment, so I skipped that one, but it could be great as is or with a makeover to any color that you wanted. I really just like the rim on that. I found this beautiful storage box as well for just a couple of dollars, and I really like just stashing these around the house to hold household items and get clutter out of the way. I also found this really pretty kettle. This was a nice brown ceramic kettle. This was just $5.99 in a thrift store near me. I didn't need it, but I thought that it would look really sweet on a shelf or somewhere just for looks. But one item that I did bring home was this beautiful brass ship. This had been sitting in the case at my local Goodwill for quite a while, and it was marked at $25. We have two different managers that work there. One tends to price things pretty high and the other one pretty low. So it had been sitting for a couple of weeks, and I just kept going past it. And one day I decided to ask if they were willing to go down. It happened to be the other manager on duty that day, so I ended up paying $7.99 for it instead of $25, which was way better. I'm just going to be styling this also in the dining room for now, on the bottom of this little table in this corner, as well as this beautiful sage green vase that I picked up at Home Goods just the other day. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video, seeing me round up and curate some items not only from the thrift store but also some new pieces. I hope that inspires you as you go into your next couple of weeks to keep your eyes open for things that you could collect for your home as well. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button before you leave and leave me a comment letting me know what you enjoyed. I hope that everyone listening has a fantastic week, and I'll see you all at the next video.